Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of News in Motion with the Young People Takeover.
Whoop,
I
whoop.
am Isaiah Jones, and alongside me, I have my co-hosts.
I am Lexi Williams, your high school ambassador for News in Motion and special reporter today.
And I see you. I see you sipping your coffee this morning.
I
It's
am.
a bright
Today's
and
a hard
sunny
day.
morning today.
It was a hard
Um,
day today. We had to start out the day right. It ain't that much. Don't worry about me. I'm tall enough, okay? For those scientists out there, I'm tall enough. That's enough for me. I look down on my mother, okay? And of
oh,
course, to celebrate, y'all gonna come for me. But good morning, Miss guys. Y'all gonna come for me. But I know Miss Gail's birthday is on June the 19th, so we're gonna celebrate real early with my little mini mosa. Let's make sure this is very clear. My mini mosa. This means there is no alcohol content. And before y'all come for anything but my glass, this is a celebratory glass. It's celebratory, meaning that I've been drinking off this since I was a baby. You know, this orange juice cup. You know, this is what do y'all call it? A wine glass, a wine glass. Yeah,
so 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 you was definitely one of those kids who would pour apple juice in the so-called wine glass. And
Now, with wrong words. Let's keep it real. We do it celebratory. You see, it says happy birthday for all year. Let's do the whole month. Celebrate. Miss Gail, we gotta celebrate. We gotta turn up appropriately.
ain't nothing wrong with a little celebratory glass. And I saw some blueberries at the bottom of that.
Yeah. My mom did me right. If you know my mom, she gonna do me right. Okay, keep it real. Make it
I
look good.
love it for real.
I'm
Good
budget may
morning.
not say that right now, but we gonna act like we live an expensive life.
Good morning to Miss Marianne Jackson, Miss Rosanna Bivens, Miss Deborah Sneed, Dr. Antoinette's in here. Hey Auntie Williams, hey Auntie Peach. That's what me and Isaac call her, y'all. So call her Auntie Peach. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. How are you doing this morning? We got some people coming in from YouTube as well as on Facebook. So those who are tuning in, thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for
yes,
joining
yes.
us this morning. We
Absolutely.
have a lot of news. We have a lot of news. We have a lot of things to discuss, don't we, Lexi?
We sure do. It just topples on tops. Hey LinkedIn, hey Facebook, hey YouTube. Hi, hey, hello. Good to see you for our youth takeover. Woo woo.
Yes, this is the Young People Takeover in the month of July.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole month of July, you're gonna see a lot of me and Lexi. You're gonna see some other young folk too.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Miss Gwen Wright, Auntie Gwen. Good morning, Miss Judy Neal. We got a lot of people from coming in on YouTube. Love to
Ooh.
see it.
Hey
Reverend,
Auntie, I see my auntie on here, Auntie Cherise, and my dad and all my people. Miss Gwen.
Reverend Williams.
Yes.
We got also good morning to Adrian Gladys and Diane Ladybug says loving the young people. Listen, we had a great show on Tuesday. We
Sure
you know
did.
we hit the hard news, but it was necessary. So for today's show, we still got a lot of breaking stuff to discuss. Um, so if you're still coming in here, get like Lexi, get your celebratory glass, get your coffee, because we at the round table, y'all. We got a whole lot to discuss. So, Lexi,
Hmm?
let's let, let's talk about Brittany Griner real quick.
Absolutely.
Let's talk
Great
about
place.
Brittany Griner for those of you who may be aware. Brittany Griner, WNBA superstar, is still being held hostage in Russia. Brittany Griner, who is 31 years old, played in Russia during the WNBA's offseason, was arrested all the way back on February 17th at a Moscow airport a week before Russia invaded Ukraine. So since February 17th, Brittany Griner has been held hostage in Russia. So what are we going to do about it? Well, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have spoke to Brittany Griner's right to issue a situation to where we can finally get Brittany Griner home. Lexi, believe you have more details on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's quite the interesting news story or situation because there are the side of people who are upset that Griner got her note or letter, excuse me, shouted out before they did, even though they had sent letters like way back in June, and she just sent hers Monday, mind you. I feel like there's so many questions that need to be answered to make this a plain story and make it easy to understand. But in Griner's letter, I quote, she says, I realize you are dealing with so much, but please don't forget about me and other American detainees. Please do, please do all you can to bring us home. I voted for you the first time in 2020 and I voted for you. I believe in you. I still have so much good to do with my freedom that you can help restore. She later wrote, I am grateful for whatever you can do at this moment to get me out. So that I think is interesting because it shows that she's including everybody, and maybe not everybody in their letter included that not just themselves out, but every American in Russia that's being detained. She's using words like other Americans and us home. So she's being inclusive. So let's just keep that in mind, and we're going to keep our prayers lifted for every American in there, and for the president to make a decision and make this story clear. Good morning, family that's coming in. I see y'all. I see y'all. But around mid-June, the Bring Our Families Home campaign wrote to the president. They did end up speaking to the Secretary of State, not promising that there would be a meeting with the president, but they're just very flustered and upset about their letters not being answered. And so far, that's really what we know. So back to Isaiah with your next story.
Yeah, I really pray that we can bring Brittany home and all the others. I like when she said, "Bring," it's all about us. Um, she was very inclusive about that. So, in hip hop, with hip hop news, uh, Nipsey Hussle's murderer has been found guilty on his trial. Um, Nipsey Hussle, who was shot and killed all the way back in March 31st of 2019. His murderer, named Eric Ronald Holder Jr., was found guilty on first-degree murder in the shooting death of the late rapper Nipsey Hussle. Uh, Holder, who knew Hussle, had approached him over allegations and had called him a snitch, according to prosecutors. We were told that Mr. Holder Jr. did indeed shoot Mr. Hussle, said defense attorney Aaron Jasheen during closing arguments last week, asking jurors to consider lesser charges. So I would finally say justice has been served for Nipsey Hussle. I know he was very active in his community. Um, he was making a positive change. So still, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, and let the marathon continue. Um, that was reported by CNN. Lexi, what's your next story as we see more people coming in here? Good morning, Deborah Johnson. Latrice Jones says it's taking way too long. Free BG. Exactly. We have to free Brittany Griner and free everyone else who is being held captive over in Russia. So.
Absolutely. I think it's always the people who have the most impact to leave this world early, unfortunately. It's crazy to see that Nipsey's actually gone, but we're glad justice has been served finally. Um, to your next story, January 6th attack meeting. As you all know, the January 6th attack was on the Capitol. They're finally holding an investigation further on Tuesday for current evidence related to the January 6th attack. According to the advisory committee sent out Tuesday, the hearing is scheduled for July 12th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you tune in, please, and stay informed. Vote and make sure your voice is heard. Of course, with the link below, you will find out so much more information than what we could give you right now. But please stay tuned for more. And back to Isaiah for your next story.
In other news, so for any young people watching us, I know a lot of us have a certain app that we like to browse on for hours, but it may not be as safe as you think. So senators urge investigation into TikTok data security having a misrepresentation. This was reported by HuffPost, and the Senate Intelligence Committee letter to the Federal Trade Commission on TikTok comes after a BuzzFeed News report on a TikTok user data access in China. So what this basically means is that TikTok might not be as safe as you really think it is. There might be a few hackers on there. So with caution, just be aware of, you know, your time on the app. Two U.S. senators are calling for the Federal Trade Commission to look into TikTok for repeated misrepresentations on how it's used on U.S. users' data. So, you know, I'm just saying, limit your time on the app. There's other things to do. Go outside and touch some grass. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Go outside and touch some grass. So there was a time where, there was no TikTok. We were outside playing basketball or, riding a bike to meet up with our friends. So, dang, I sound a little old saying that. I sound old saying that, man.
You're not that old.
Yeah, I feel old though. I feel a little old though.
You just gotta be careful nowadays. Keep your private information private. Not everybody needs to know your story.
That's what private accounts are for.
Thank you.
Come on now.
Real quick.
That's how they get you.
Of course. Absolutely. So with your next small sidebar, I wouldn't say story, but your sidebar, it's crazy how many shootings we have just found out are over the weekend. Guys, around 432 shootings occurred over the 4th of July weekend. Independence Day weekend. 432. That's insane. I quote from Everytown on Instagram. America has a gun homicide 26 times that of peer nations. While every country has mental health issues and hateful people, only America gives people easy, unfettered access to gun violence. How long will it take for our justice system to see that this isn't okay, you guys? It's unacceptable that we are at a number of 432. 432. If you don't get that, I'm sorry. What are you not getting? If you ever question whatever it is that you can do to help, go and peacefully protest. Vote. I can't stress it enough. Ms. Gail says it all the time. Vote, vote, vote. Get information. Of course, from the link below, you will see iwillvote.com. Please go click that link and see what you can do to help. And Isaiah, for your next story.
All right, just a little update from the White House press room. The president will award the Presidential Medal of Freedom to 17 recipients. So, just a little important update in terms of the White House press room, and I feel to kind of bounce off what Lexi said with the 432 mass shootings that happened just this past weekend. Like we talked about it on Tuesday, if you were able to tune in. I know we had some thunderstorms that day, so a lot of people weren't able to tune in. But we have to continue to hope and pray for this, for not only this country, but for the entire world. I feel like we've become too comfortable or too relaxed with all these mass shootings and all this death. Death is a natural thing. I completely get that, but it should come naturally, not by gun violence or not by anybody else. It should just come naturally. God should be calling your number, not some random guy with an AR-15. So that's just my thing. We gotta continue to hope and pray, that people find the help that they need. And that kind of ties in with what I was gonna talk about next. I know a lot of us, ever since the pandemic started, a lot of us have been inside the house. We've been feeling a little depressed, a little anxious. Um, and especially a lot of that happens, especially in teens and young adults, ranging from ages 14 all the way up to 32. So it's important to check in on your people. A simple call, simple text, you know, can go a long way. Telling somebody that you love them can go a long way. Um, yes, Miss Williams, mental health is real, and mental health needs to be, you know, it needs to be a primary discussion. Of course, there's a mental health awareness month, but it needs to be something that we talk about every month, 24/7, especially when you're talking about the young people, because sometimes it feels like, if we talk about it, it won't matter as much, but it always matters. So check in on your people. Um, tell somebody that you love them because tomorrow is not promised. So, um, Lexi, I believe you have something dealing with the queen today.
I do indeed, I do. Okay, and my cup goes just so well with it. So you
Mm.
guys may or may not believe this, but Miss Gale on June 6th has reported British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will face confidence vote. So the London AP, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson will face a no confidence vote Monday that could oust him from power as discontent with his rule finally threatens to topple a politician who has seemed invincible despite many scandals. So stay with me. It's a day by day process. We're going to get to where we're going. If Johnson loses the vote among 359 conservative lawmakers, the party will choose a new leader who will also become prime minister. If he wins, as seems more likely, he can't face another challenge for a year under current party rules, though a narrow victory would leave him a hobbled leader whose days are likely numbered. On June 7th, Ms. Gale gave an update stating Prime Minister Boris Johnson of Britain survived a no confidence vote. Ms. Gale talked about the vote being 211 to 148, which fell short of the simple majority of Tory lawmakers to oust Johnson as the party leader. But with scandal after scandal, most prime ministers do not make it 3 months after a whole narrow margin. 1 month and 1 day later, and Ms. Gale was right, Boris Johnson will resign today after another scandal hit this week. More than 50 ministers have resigned from the government since Tuesday, with many lawmakers furious about the handling of resignation by Johnson's former deputy chief whip, Chris Pincher, I believe, who was accused of groping two men last week, according to BBC, CNN, and others reporting. Of course, I can hear Ms. Gale in her queen's voice saying something like, "The queen with her purse sits quietly in her meeting room looking at Boris. No words are needed. He knows he must resign." That is the best British voice you will get from me. I have to more, okay? You didn't, don't you come for me.
Yo, no, that was spot on. I actually thought that you were Miss Gale right there, and she
Thank you
even
very
did
much.
the regal wave. Wow, that was chef's kiss right there. That was spot on for real. Nice
Back to
impression.
Isaiah with your next story.
All right, y'all. It's like this guy. He loves being busy. This was reported by Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg, Newsweek, and CNN. Elon Musk fathered twins last November with an executive who works at his company, Neuralink. Insider reported Wednesday evening Musk and the executive, Siobhan Celis, reportedly filed a court petition to change the name of their children to include both of their surnames. The petition was approved by a Texas judge, the outlet reporting. Musk's twins with Xilis were reportedly born a few weeks before the tech mogul fathered a second child with musician Claire Brochure, who performs under the name Grimes. The twins with Zealous would mean that along with the children with Borcher and 5 children from his first marriage to Justine Musk. And, oh wow, I guess if you got them, I guess if you're a millionaire, you can take care of all those kids. The Tesla and SpaceX CEO is now the father of 9 total children.
Woo.
9 children. Wow. That is a lot. So he is going to be busy for the next 20 years, basically. Um, yeah. So congratulations, I guess, to Elon.
You do what you got to do. I
He
guess that's a lot of
he
kids. I barely got enough patience for maybe 1 or 2 of them. But hey, I'll babysit. I'll take a good check. Hey.
listen. He got enough kids to start a basketball team with backups.
With backups. A 3-on-3. Sounds
Oh,
good.
exactly. He can sub out. Maybe make one of them. The Gatorade more or something, or maybe. I could just see them now. One of them talking about programming a system called Basketball Jam or something similar to like Space Jam. I don't know, but that's a lot of kids. He is a busy man. Marilyn Jackson's Marion Jackson says, "Isn't Tesla being sued again for racism?" Mm.
Good question.
Elon, you got something to say about that? You got something to say, Elon? You can't hide.
Look into it.
You can't hide behind them kids, man.
What's the tea?
We ain't gonna have it. What's the tea today, man? You can't hide behind these kids. You could build a wall with them, but you can't hide behind them. They are the ones in the news. Yes. However, many brands are being sued for diversity issues. So sad. It's a sad reality. It is truly a sad reality that in 2022 we still are being diverse, but I feel like a change is coming. It's all, but we gotta do our part. We gotta take action and doing our part. So, I believe we have one more story by Lexi, and then it's funny that me and Lexi we kind of had the same stories yesterday, so we had to we had to I guess the saying "great minds really do think alike" is true.
We're up there.
So we came up with the same stories, y'all. We connected. We connected up here.
We figured it out, of course.
Miss Latrice Jones says money makes you attractive. Musk isn't that cute to me.
Ooh.
That right there was a violation.
Emotional damage. Ouch. Oh my gosh. To the next story though. Rihanna becoming a self-made billionaire. You guys, it's huge for her, more for her, but it's exciting news. Rihanna becoming a self-made billionaire. She ranks 21st overall for the gobsmacking 1.4 billion net worth. She is only 34 years old. Instead of the money coming from the 9-time Grammy Award winning, I just shot a man down, or if you can stand under my umbrella, that's my song. Excuse me, sorry. Majority of this money actually comes from her retail company, Savage X Fenty, Fenty Skin, and Fenty Beauty. I'm sure all the ladies have heard for most of that. Although the money would seem nice to spend for the most of us, of course, who would want $1.4 billion. Rihanna has different intent, which I think is quite interesting. According to CNBC, Rihanna stated, "My money is not for me. It's always the thought that I can help someone else." She later goes on to say, "The world can really make you believe that the wrong things are priority, and it makes you really miss the core of life, what it means to be alive." I think it's a wonderful thing to see a woman, especially a Black woman, to inspire all little girls that look like me, that they can achieve their big goals. They can become billionaires. They just have to work for it, but not just become billionaires, but share their gifts with the world and sow into different things, because you reap what you sow. And so,
it's all about giving back.
It's all about giving back. To the next small piece for our youth. Of course, youth. Isaiah will have another piece for what you can do with your young adults.
All right, so some things that you can do for with your teens, young adults, young people. I know a lot of us, we like to have family bonding time. So whether that could be throwing on a movie, playing Uno. Now, listen, don't be getting all hostile with the Uno, because there's different versions of Unos. There's different versions of Uno. You got the stack version, where you could put a draw two on a draw two. Somehow somebody will end up drawing 16. That's just the version I play. I don't know what type of version you play.
Stacks,
See, it's about the stacks. We play stacks over here. But they be getting personal near the end. So
right.
Proceed with caution on the Uno. Whether it's simple as playing Uno, painting. You can express get your creative juices flowing when you paint anything that you want. Cook a meal together. It also helps the young people develop their cooking skills for when they go out on their own. I'm the Uno queen.
Now, wait a minute.
That sounds like a challenge.
Wait a minute. When was the last time you played Uno, Mom? I see you in there.
Oh, hey.
Let's not get into it. Let's stay online. Let's not talk about it.
Listen, Latrice Jones says, "Let me get my cards up." Listen, they down here. The cards right here. I challenge anyone. I never back down from it. It is challenge day.
Challenge day.
It is challenge day. It is challenge. I do not back down from any challenge. It is challenge day. Uno can't get serious. Listen, Uno is basically the kid version of spades. If you think about it. And I know spades can get serious, especially if you don't know how to play. Uno can and will get serious. But back to the idea.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. What you say?
Miss Gail said adults versus young people NIM Uno challenge. I'm down. Let's go.
I'm down. Time. Listen, don't be taking them draw fours and skips personally now.
Right. Emotional damage will be on 10.
It's just a part of the game. It is a part of the game. It is the way of our life. Okay. So another thing that you can do with your young people, aside from painting, helping cook a meal together, sit down with them. Listen to some old school jams. You'll be surprised at how many young people love some old school music now. You would definitely be surprised. But spades is probably even more serious. But spades are okay. They saying they probably, I think they meant, but Uno is probably even more serious than spades. You don't think so? I think based on like the longevity of spades, I feel like it has like a slight advantage over Uno in terms of being more serious. I like playing vinyl records with my kids. Listen, if you still got like a good vinyl record, maybe an MJ record, or
that's the way to go.
Listen, that's the way to go. Old school was the thing back in the day. I listen to more old school music down to new school for real.
Same over here.
So I'm gonna say, like, who's your favorite artist, Lexi?
Favorite artist? Now that's a difficult question. Okay, now that's. Are we talking old school or current? What's the
old school, of course.
Old school. Okay, so I will forever be an MJ fan. For those who don't know, we need to clarify Michael Jackson. Let's clarify. Excuse me. I love Earth, Wind, and Fire with my whole heart. Let's think.
A lot of people would not.
I don't know. There's a lot. The list goes on. Of course, that would take me ages. What about you?
Say who?
The list goes on. What about you?
Man, we talking old school. MJ, of course. That was my dude. Especially if you played MJ the Experience, the Wii game.
Oh yeah, that was my workout for the day. Literally, that we had me doing the most. I said, "Excuse me, Michael. Mama say, Mama saw, Mama saw. I'm not this." Okay.
Listen, if listen, if you know about that MJ the experience game, listen, that was my game.
That's something else to do with your family.
I would always get 4 stars, man, or 4 stars or more. But I can never get 5 stars on Thriller, and I would be playing a zombie on Thriller because Michael was like his thing was set to Inhuman, so it was like, no, you know, you good over there, my guy. I'm gonna be a backup dancer for this time. I'm gonna sit
Put
this
me
one
way
out.
in that corner and where I can almost get hid behind the curtains. You don't gotta notice me. I just say I was dancing with Michael.
But if I favorite old school artist, I would probably have to say Michael, Tupac.
Good choice.
Biggie was an underrated rapper for real too.
Right. I was gonna say Team Biggie or Team Tupac. Where you at?
You know, I gotta show some love to my birthday twin Snoop Dogg. You know, that's a little fun fact. Me and Snoop Dogg got the same birthday.
Yes.
So, but in terms of new school, favorite artist is Kendrick Lamar. Easily.
Okay.
Kendrick and J. Cole, but mostly Kendrick. You know,
J. Cole.
I'm actually doing this concert.
I'm a J. Cole fan. If I had to choose J. Cole all day. But anyways, back to our story without written and ranting. What teens can do during the summer week. See, I swear great minds think alike. We had like a lot of the same stuff and we didn't even talk about it. For the crafters, I would say your scrapbooking or tie-dyeing clothes. And if you really want to think about your kids' future, maybe see what they say their interests are. And typically we're interning for Miss Gail, so it could be a future job interest for us to see what we want to do. And this is a great opportunity. So see what they want to do, see if you can find an intern, you know, see over there. And then do something that you've never done before with the family, gardening or stargazing. I would love to go stargazing. Try cooking a new meal, make homemade ice cream, volunteer for the community service. I know for a lot of schools you can get community hours, so that'll be beneficial both ways. Try a new instrument, you know, little stuff like that. You know, you could say, oh, I play this, that, and the other. I may not have vocals, but I can do a little 1, 2. Family vacation spots. That's our next story. Family vacation spots in Ohio. So for families, you can go to Ohio. You can stay in Ohio, maybe like Cincinnati, like your Cedar Point and Sandusky, or your National Underground Railroad Freedom Center, which I figured you guys would love in Cincinnati, Ohio. In Kentucky, yes, Kentucky State, we could go to Ark Encounter, inspired from Noah's Ark in the Bible, which I think would be a great experience for any family. Or me and my mom, we like to do coffee on the runs, like a mama and me, like coffee on the run. I'm gonna spill y'all a little something. Don't try to take the name. You got, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not you. I'm talking to everybody. Let's be.
Okay.
Everybody. So we could do coffee runs. Like we like to go see bakeries and chocolates. And there's a coffee euphorium in Hocking Hills, Ohio, which is a great place. I highly recommend it. And then that's a wrap for my family vacations. You got anything else I'm missing, Isaiah?
I'm seeing some suggestions in the comments. You know, some people are saying a road trip. This is listen, a road trip. You know, especially if it's a long one. You know. Get your tunes, get your conversations going. But you would usually find me sleep in terms of a road trip, especially if it is anything longer than 5 hours. I will be sleep in the car. Wake me up if we at a rest stop or, you know, if we in a drive-through. But other than that, let me sleep.
It's my nap time, okay? High school's tough.
Listen. Deborah Johnson says, write letters with your children. That could be a good bonding time. Diane Ladybug says, I do beading. Great way to meditate and build focus.
Beading's good for the crafters. Absolutely. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, definitely can add that to the arts and craft aspect. You know, I could definitely see that helping with your focus. You know. Kim Emerson says, yes, I'd be asleep on a road trip. We'll talk when I wake up.
That's a mood. That's a mood right there.
Especially if the car has multiple rows of seating, like, you know, near the back, and you got like enough leg room.
Woo!
Listen, because I'm a tall dude, so I can't be crammed in a car for a long period of time.
That's back pain and neck pain waiting to happen.
Now that's
Listen,
leg pain. The legs
you
go
say we're
numb.
young.
You
Sleep in the
hunched
car
up and
with
stuff.
long legs. Okay. that's a
My neck,
my neck.
my neck and my back.
Oh, help.
Cassandra Tarver says camping outdoors in a tent near Sandusky has some dope camping grounds we go every year. Especially if it has a campfire and you can make some s'mores.
Woo. There's an anointing in a s'more. Now, make it just right. Don't. Now, for those not to burn theirs.
Yeah, if you don't overly burn the marshmallows, you can definitely get you that perfect texture on a marshmallow. It's key because you don't want to taste that. You can taste the burning wood off a marshmallow. You really can. Let's see. With these amazing, Miss Gwen Wright says, with these amazing young people at the helm, our future is quite bright. Thank you for that. Thank you. We love the support. We really do. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Ms. Gail, for the opportunity, of course.
Yes. And thank you to Ms. Gail Dudley for believing in the young people and giving us the young people takeover. You are going to be seeing a lot more of me and Lexi throughout the month. So
yes,
get your seatbelts on because it's gonna be a lovely ride. Let's see what else. Marianne Jackson says, unfortunately, I can't sleep. I'm usually the driver.
Yeah.
See, that's why you gotta have a co-driver, so that way you can switch out from time to time.
My friend or my future husband shall be my driver. No, not to. Don't. No. I ain't try that.
Listen, as long as I got my tunes, I don't mind driving. But at some point, as long as it's not near the nighttime, because at nighttime I like to sleep. I like to sleep now. So I'm gonna have somebody to take it over with me. Cassandra Tara says s'mores with Reese's cups. Now is that together? Or because I've never heard of that before.
I think she's talking together. I mean that don't sound like a bad idea. Or maybe you put the Reese inside the marshmallow. Do a little melt, and then yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't have Reese's cups, so yeah. But all right, y'all. I think it's time for the inspirational message. And it's funny because Miss Gail Dudley, her husband actually did a sermon at my church, I want to say 2 weeks ago for our church anniversary. And this was the actual title of the sermon. And the inspirational message for today is focus. I know it's hard to focus with everything going on in the world. But you can't be distracted. I know it's easier said than done, but you can't get distracted by the news, or you can't get distracted about what people say about you. I want to ask y'all something. How many of you know that God created you to fly? And what I mean by that, how many of you believe that God created you to soar over all the negativity, to be a light in someone's life? And listen, you're really too big for this planet. You were created for something more. You were created for the greater good. You were created for a higher purpose. And you can't get distracted by your right now that you lose sight of your tomorrow. Oh, I just said something right there. I'm gonna say that again. You can't get distracted by your right now that you lose sight of your tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to stay focused on your path. You have to stay focused on you and your relationship with God. You know, because God says, if you focus on me, I'm going to bless you. I'm going to pour into you the positivity and pull out the negativity. And that can be, removing toxic people in your life. That could be getting you out of a bad situation, or, a bad relationship, or, getting you out of a bad job. You have to stay focused, and, God's going to see this, and he's going to reap and sow into you. So,
To bounce off what you said, I think a lot of people struggle with letting fear control their future, you know? So you got to stay focused and stay dedicated and keep grinding and pushing for what God has for you. Because what you think is big right now is just as big, it's bigger than that. It's 30 million times bigger than that because we got a big God. So,
mm,
yeah, I think don't let fear control your future and be confident in what you know and who you are, what you believe in. Don't be afraid to share it. Um, yes, you shall not fear, and no weapon shall be formed against you. So you know, with God, I'm good. So sorry about your problems, but I'm a preach and I'm a teach and I'm keeping moving. Don't stay in
mm,
certain situations too long because you feel obligated. If I'm pouring into you and I've said what God told me to say to you, I can't stay here. I can't be stuck in this situation. So I will keep doing and praying and fasting, whatever it is that I got to do to serve God and keep this purpose going. So stay focused, you all. We got to stay focused. And to wrap things up, your national days for today, they're actually quite good. National Father Day, Father Daughter Take a Walk Day. Fathers, get your daughters, go for a little walk, hibble hobble, talk. National Macaroni Day. Okay, now wait, y'all know how I feel about my mom's macaroni. I'm not trying to be biased, but I feel she is the best macaroni out there. Don't come for me. Don't talk about your little grandmamas and aunties and uncles and all that. And your little
hey, don't disrespect grandma's mac and cheese now.
hey, let's not go there with y'all. I love y'all so much. We do. But let me tell you, I prefer my mac and cheese the way my mom make it. Just the way you prefer your little nice macaroni and cheese. We're not gonna talk about it. But it's National Macaroni Day and finally National Strawberry Sunday. There is one place I'll recommend for strawberry sundaes. There's Nancy Scoops. I forget necessarily where, but Nancy Scoops, look it up online. It is a great place. They have like deals every day. And, hey, mom, don't be ashamed. It's okay. There's an anointing in macaroni. Y'all gonna catch it one day. If one day y'all don't learn, it's all right. But we love y'all so much, and that's your national days for today. And we will keep you updated and see you next week.
Yes, we will be back next week, alongside with Yo Dudley. But this has been the Young People Takeover, on Thursday, July 7th. We are so grateful and thankful for everyone who was able to tune in. I hope that, you're inspired by the inspirational message. I hope that you take an anointing and a mac and cheese. And I hope you treat yourself to a nice strawberry sundae today.
Ah, let's go.
Mm. We love y'all. And we will be back